Yeah, there you go. Like that.
fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
All right, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 2025 Year in Review edition of Sketching the Privateer. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and you can't see me. Hang on a second. Got all this stuff ready and didn't even turn my ring light on, huh? Great. Way to go, Joe. You got to boomer at least one thing every episode, don't you? Let's get some sharking for pearls going in the background here. I've got everything ready, and there's one thing. There's always one component that I totally blow it on, right? This time it's the light. We can't help ourselves when we're over 60. We got to blow it somehow. How you doing? I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I've had a good one. We went and saw, I highly recommend Song Sung Blue. We always go to a movie on Christmas Day, and Mom was with us this year, so had to go see something that she'd enjoy, right? So we went and saw that one, and pleasantly surprised, man. Kate Hudson is probably going to get nominated for Best Actress for it, and I hope she wins. She's aging gracefully, and yeah, she did a great job in that movie. She really did. I've got some things here that are going that I need to shut down, but I'm trying to see how many of these shows are going here. Looks like all of them are pretty much. Let me see what we got here. Let's go over. I may have to be on the wrong channel here. Let's see. Yep, it's not going out on Facebook like it should. That's not surprising. Facebook's been screwing up on this thing lately. Let's see if I actually got it over on X the way I hope I do. No, it is not on X. I tried X because I got verified again. So, but anyway, it's good to see you guys. I had a good Christmas. Got some new kicks for both, dressing up and for everyday walking around tennis shoes. Got tickets to the Independence Bowl. Got 2 tickets to the Independence Bowl. I'm trying to get a hold of my friend Gary. Shout out to Gary. If you're out there, I've been calling you. I know you're in town visiting your mom. At least you said you were on Thanksgiving. So said he was going to be here for a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, Rhonda said she'd go with me. She'd try and get the day off and go with me if she could, but she knew I wanted to go because my beloved Bulldogs are in it, man. The LA Tech Bulldogs, coolest uniforms in college football, gonna be on display at the Independence Bowl this Tuesday. I think kickoff's at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Anyway, the hardest working guy in the business is here. He says, Heidi ho to all you nerds and nerdettes. And, of course, we got to play this video for him.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
Welcome aboard, buddy. It's good to see you. I hope you had a good Christmas, man. He says, dancing in the dark. Huh. Christian Delorme is here. He says, bonjour, bonjour, everybody. I'm not as good with the French as he is. Of course, he's French-Canadian. So, and if you're not following Christian Delorme's Vinyl Revival, you need to. Over there on Rumble. It's fantastic. Good stuff. Let's see. Vince says, Kate Hudson was a babe when she was younger. I haven't seen her in a while. Like I said, she's aging gracefully. She it doesn't look like she's had very much plastic surgery done. She shows her age in this one. And I got to tell you, the older she gets, the more she looks like her mom. The more she looks like Goldie. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. That's not what I said, Joe. Read it again. Okay. Kate Hudson was a babe when she was younger. I haven't seen her in a while. Okay, which one am I? Which one did I mispronounce? What did I do wrong, Vince? What did I do wrong? The Dancing in the Dark one? No, it's Dancing in the Dark. Okay. No, the first one. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry. Heidi ho ho ho. I need a Santa hat to say that, don't I? Heidi ho ho ho. All you nerds and nerdettes. I don't think the nerdettes are gonna appreciate being called ho ho ho's, my friend. It's good to see you. Okay. So, what I plan to do today, just to give myself a break, really, is I'm going to show you guys, through the magic of my Procreate program, the work we did this year. And you know what's funny? I really need to go and check out where we started the year at. Let's do that real quick. That's one thing you're able to do here on YouTube. I can go to the playlist. Let's see, playlist. I can go to the playlist and I can see by date, because I've got them set up by the latest to the the latest to the old, the newest and that kind of thing. Looks like I only have to go one more page over. Here we go. Let's see where we started the year at. Here we go, January 3rd. Let's see. Let me take a look at that and see where we were at, man. Pause that. See which one we're working on. Damn, man, we've got a lot of work done this year. Let's see. Actually, I don't know. Looks like we were on page... God, really? I've only done 3 pages this year? Wow, that's bad. Of course, I always end up messing things up and, having to start over and shit like that. I have never claimed to know what I'm doing when it comes to this. This is a totally new thing for me, so, we'll get there. Now you guys are starting to understand why I don't put deadlines on myself. I got enough deadlines, man, with my commissions and stuff. Yeah, that's enough deadlines in my life. I'm not going to do that with this. I'm just going to enjoy myself. Because, it's a passion project, so. We apparently, on the January 1st, we were working on the page where the privateer actually shows up. And I think that's page 5. I think. Let's take a look and see. Alright. Let's make sure we got the settings right for this so it doesn't go dark on us. And we're good to go. Okay, so let's do this. Where is Procreate? There it is. Okay, so let me refresh this, and then I'll get it going full screen so that you guys can see it. And make sure it's running, which it should be. Let me scroll up and down a little bit. Yep, it's running. Okay, so let's see. What'd you guys get for Christmas? Anything good? Let me know. Let's see. Vince says, then they shouldn't act like it. I'm not. See, I need to learn how to take care of this chat a little faster. I don't even know what he's talking about there. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Let's see. Christian says trucking in North Quebec where it's high of 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, it is almost 80 down here in Louisiana. We're going to have a cold front come through on Sunday, but it's gotten back to fall weather for us. Vince says, fuck. Talk about that cold, man. Let's see. I was complaining about the -4 Celsius yesterday, but 3 degrees Fahrenheit? Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Wrap your junk in a warm sock, just to be sure. Yikes. Oh, that's some cold. Okay, let's throw this in there, and let's get the right version of that going. Okay, so what we were working on this year to start with was page 5. And it's this one here where he actually shows up for the first time. And I did a little bit of, copy and pasting. I did a little coloring just to show you what it's going to look like. It's one of my favorite pages because it's the first time you're going to see him in the comic book, right? And I don't know. I think the profile is good. I don't know much about comic books. I mean, I love reading them and stuff like that. I'm no scholar when it comes to this stuff, though. The guy I know the most about is Spider-Man. But I do know that when your character has a definite silhouette, it's a better thing. Like if somebody drew a silhouette of Spider-Man, you'd probably recognize him just because of the facial structure and everything. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired today, but we're going to get through it. But I think the hat gives him a definite silhouette, and I definitely like the way that has turned out. When I first did the character drawings on it, I thought it was very cool. Let's see. Martin is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you. He says, greetings, my excellent friends. And he says, hello, Joe. Now, today's episode, I could probably talk like Droopy Dog the entire show, but I'm not going to. I can't do it. Let's see. Why am I not surprised? That's it, man. That's it. But you know what? Just because you said that, we're going to let it rip.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
I got to get you a video, Martin. I'm going to have to think about that. A good video for Martin. What would be a good video for Martin? I wonder. I hope I didn't just mess this up. Please tell me I didn't screw up my camera. That would suck. No. It's just, I don't know what's going on lately. All of a sudden, every once in a while through StreamYard, the friggin' thing screws up. But then again, it probably has something to do with my computer. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back to the chat here. But yeah, I put in a lot of detail on this one. I like the way it looks. This is the first time you see him jumping out of the helicopter, right? Yeah. Yeah, the Patriot jumping the biatch. Listen to you, Vince. I got personal calendar. Christian Delorme says, I got a personal calendar with kids' pictures. I got my son a beer stein with a lid from Germany and lots of love from Mel. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Sounds like you had a great Christmas. And Vid says, nice. And beer. Future cheers to that. Yeah, there you go. Martin says, not with that attitude, you can't. Yeah. Let's see. Cough, cough. Say hello to Low Spec. Oh, my God, yeah. You know, I set that up, and then I screw it up. What's up, Low Spec? Good to see you. Let me pop out this chat so I can see it. Actually, no. I'm fine right here because I've got it separated today. I got one monitor for chats and one monitor for that. And you know what, Low Spec, I do need to sit down with you and go through that and make sure the Social Stream Ninja's running and all that shit. I guess eventually I need to do that. Martin says, Merry Christmas to all you filthy animals. What was it I was watching the other day? Oh, Filthy Animal. Yeah, that's Home Alone. Yeah, the movie the kids always quoting, right? Let's see. 5 of us over here today. Smash the like button. Low Spec says over there on the big green play button. Very nice. You guys get to it. And look, this I don't tell you guys to do this enough. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Follow over there on the big green play button, man. Do that. Okay. This is the year-end episode of Sketching the Privateer. Probably won't do any work today. I'm enjoying the holidays, so I'm just showing you what we've done this year. We got a lot of work done over the last few years. If you look, well, first of all, let's get us another tab going and go to the Subscribe Star page. Let's do that. Let's do that. Actually, it's probably, if I opened it on another thing, it would probably open up a lot quicker. Yeah, look, this is what it looks like when you show up. You can, for $1, you can access the behind the scenes work on the YouTube channel and the Privateer comic book, right? And for $5, access the sketches and art of the comic book work and access future member streams on YouTube. Yeah, and we don't have members yet, so. But yeah, you can get, this one gives you the written word. I need to explain that better, don't I? But anyway, let me go ahead and sign into this real quick. And it's going to send me an email password. So I will get that real quick. That's right. You guys don't get to see it. Let's see. All right, there we go. So, I thought this was neat too. Of course, I always put different stuff on, different posts up, and this one was the one for today's show. Check out the video it had for it. Hang on. Full screen. There we go. I didn't know you could full screen it. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like using AI to make the stuff to promote the show with, And I had somebody on one of the comic book threads. Now, on Facebook, I put this out on a bunch of different comic book threads. And they asked me if I was animating it with AI, doing the drawing in the book. And I was like, no. I said, this is just the advertisement for the show. And I showed him my process. I showed him one of these, videos that I'm showing you know, to like I just showed you with page 5. Only you can reduce it down to like 30 seconds. And I put it on there. I said, look, I'm drawing it on, you know, actual comic book board, and then I'm using Procreate. So I haven't heard back from him yet. I want to hear what he's got to say. But anyway, let's see. Low Spec says, reply and comment. Yes, no doubt. I will definitely... look, if you guys interact, ask Keely Chow. Keely Chow, just out of the kindness of his heart, leaves me a comment on every show he watches and says, thanks for a great show. And I always comment back, hey, Duckmaster, good stuff. Dude, I will interact with you. If you interact with me, I will interact with you. No doubt. Let's see. Martin says, Merry Christmas to you all, filthy animals. I said that already, didn't I? Bumble chats. Bumble chat matters. Bumble chat matters. Yeah, I hear you. They're saying hi to each other there. You see. Vince says, oh my God, now we know your password. No, you don't know my password. It was dotted out. Stop it. Tips the hat. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, sub, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Definitely want you to do that. But anyway, over here on the Subscribe Star page, let me show you some of this stuff. Okay. Let me get to the one I'm working on here. That's my favorite. I have to stop and look at that every time. I love that picture. I really love that picture, man. I mean, hang on. Let me download the image. Okay. Now I can manipulate it. I mean, I did a lot of work on this thing. And I think I've shown you this already. Just for my daughter's part on the bottom of it, I had to use like 3 different pictures to put that together. That's Christopher Reeve's pose in the Superman poster, you know, where he's flying at you. And then the rest of her face, I had to get from 2 different pictures. The eyes were perfect on one of her. She likes to take selfies a lot, and she took one in the mirror, and the eyes were perfect. I was like, man, this is awesome. But she covered up the rest of her face with the phone. I was like, yeah. So I got one that she took without the, you know, with the phone out of the way. Let's see. Oh boy, really? Okay, I see how you are, man. It's my family members. I'm not gonna say shit like that. I see you, Low Spec. I feel you, Low Spec. But okay, so anyway, over here on the page, if you scroll down far enough, of course that's the script for the first comic book, and then right here is what we started with. This is the plot. And if that guy was asking on Facebook, you know, if you're watching this, that's what I did in pencil. Now I know most people use blue line pencil, but I'm doing it a little different. I'm really good with lead pencils. I love them, and so I used that to plot it out, and then I went. And you know what? The one thing I've noticed, and you guys have heard me say it on the show a lot, when I pencil in the future, I'm going to do more work on the pencils because I did not get near enough detail. You guys have seen during the year how many times I've had to just erase something completely and start over, right? So, yeah, the pencils need a lot more detail to them. I drew these when I was, you know, the first couple of years of the show. I drew the first 2 issues, if you remember. I had a camera on the drawing board, and you guys watched me do it physically. And, yeah, I mean, you know, that's the way I do it. So, let's see. Then we got to page 6, which is with the strafing run with the helicopters and everything. And this isn't playing. Hang on. Let me get it playing for you. See, I noticed it fast. Okay, this page, which I really liked a lot, but you'll notice that I did a little bit of copy and pasting on this one too. But I'm drawing all this. It's not like I'm copying and pasting somebody else's work. I am actually drawing this stuff, so I don't have any problem copying and moving things over. Okay, so there we go. I'm trying to get it as big as possible on there so you can see everything. But yeah, it's been a good year. I've enjoyed what I'm doing. Now, as far as the year overall, yeah, it's been kind of tough, but I think we're all going to get through it. And, hopefully 26 will be better. We'll make it better. Let's see. And if you visit Joe in Louisiana, he'll show you a great time. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, Christian. Yeah, we did have a good time. I met up with him, shoot, a little over, it's almost 2 years ago now. It was in the spring of 24. We went down and saw him. Actually, it was right around Jazz Fest, wasn't it, Christian? I think it was the weekend between the 2 weeks of Jazz Fest. And the Rolling Stones were playing down there a year ago in 24. And they came down to New Orleans. Him and Mel came down to New Orleans for the first time. We had a ball. It was fun. Let's see. Christian says, I'll never tell Vince. That's great. Let's see. Vince says, not sure if you can do that in Procreate, but in other programs, you can technically turn the pencil layer blue. Really? Did not know that. I'm just using it as a completely separate. But I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure you can. I am just scratching the surface of this program, guys. My daughter introduced me to it, but she didn't teach me any of it. I'm teaching. Hell, Vince has taught me stuff about this while we're doing the show. If you guys watch, I didn't know how to copy and paste until he explained it to me by using Google or something. Now, here's one part that I'm talking about. Look right here in that third panel. It's two helicopter pilots next to each other. I was going to have them having a conversation next to each other, and then I realized, wait a minute, it's a Hind helicopter. The two cockpits are stacked on top of each other. One's a gunner and one's the pilot, and oops. So I had to go through, because I did a lot of work on this guy. I did a fucking phenomenal job, actually, of drawing this dude. And I said, I don't want to lose this. And when I went to work on the other guy, I said, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. You see, I'm erasing shit left and right. And then I copied and pasted, and I had to create all the stuff that was in there, right? To create that right there. You see the original sketch behind it with two people. Yeah, I totally screwed that up. When you know, that's why I'm saying I need to do more detail on the pencils. Right, guys? I need to do more details on the pencils. Martin says, no, Joe, you can just copy and paste even if it's your own work. You can't just copy and paste even if it's your own work. In fact, you must fabricate your own pencils. Stop it. Be nice to me. Yeah, Rolling Stone with $400 tickets, I remember. Yes, absolutely. It sure was. I just had the manual open in a different tab. Yeah. I know. And it's great. I appreciate you doing it. What did you get for Christmas? I was detailing that earlier, man. I got a new pair of kicks, new pair of Nikes, and a new pair of dress shoes. And my mom bought me comic books from the comic book shop. And I got tickets to the Independence Bowl. I got a lot of cool stuff, man. Foxy and my mom love me. They took care of me this Christmas. They really did. And he comes in hot with an LFG. Well, let's give him that LFG. What's up? Gotta give him the LFG.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Now, one thing I have noticed on this one right here, I think I need to put a hint of an eye. I actually did on this side a little bit, but on this guy right here, I need to put a hint of an eye in there. But I did a lot of details in the background here. I actually got the cockpit photograph of what one of these things looks like on the inside and did it up, right? So I did do that work on it, right? Let's see what else is. Oh, and he gives me, and Real Wade wants to see that one too. He wants to see. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Like that.
There you go, man. There you go. You got your videos. Okay, let's see. He said, I know I'm late. I'm on temporary PST. Okay, I don't know what that means. But you're fine, Wade. You're not late. You guys are Gandalf. You arrive precisely when you mean to. So don't worry about that. Martin says, ew, 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 ew. What does that mean? I don't know what I'm missing things here. Christian says, and we ate beignets and coffee with Joe and Rhonda. Yes, you did. Oh, we ate a couple of different places. We had breakfast the day before we left. I think you were leaving that day too. I don't remember. You guys might have been staying for a little bit longer. But we were only down there for a couple of days. We went down there and spent, I think it was a Tuesday that week with him. No, we came down Tuesday, hung out on a Wednesday, and we drove back that Thursday, I think. We were down there for a couple of nights. Yeah. Oh, I meant Pacific time. I got you. No problem, man. No problem. But yeah, well, we had a ball with Christian and Mel. And can't wait to do it again. I know we were trying to put together a New York get-together. I don't know if it'll be this year because I need to go see my father. I have not seen him in a few years. And so it's time for me to go see the guy I'm named after. I gotta go see him. Okay. Then we had, is this page 7? Hang on. Yep, page 7. Okay. Oh no. No. Don't be drawing now. Wait a minute. What is that right there? I'm just noticing something that might be a screw up. It sure looks like a screw up, doesn't it? Let's see what we got for layers here. Okay, that looks like it was put on top of that by maybe this. I don't know. No, the only thing showing is that one. Okay, so we need to come in there and fix that real quick. Let me go ahead and do that. I'm just doing it on my finger right here as we're doing the show here. That'll do. And then let's get some black. And let's get, yeah, syrup is good. And we'll color that in real quick. Okay. Yeah, you know, eventually I will come through here and clean all that up. But this was one of my favorite pages too. And remember, I struggled with his hat on that part of it. Remember? Watch when I show you this video. I will sit there and mess with his hat so many times. And I still think that side may be too tall on the right. But I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. But it's a tricorn hat, which I love. I think it's cool as shit looking. I was so disappointed by that Amazon video game. What was it called? New World. Because the aesthetic looks so much like this. You know. But anyway. Let's show you the video. Time-lapse video of the work. Yeah, I think at the beginning there I had to redo something. I can't remember what it was. And I had to get different sizes set up right. Oh, yeah. I remember what it was. You've got to watch. One of the reasons why you might not have enough detail in it is make sure that your page is enough pixels for you to put the kind of detail you want it. That's what that was at the beginning. Hang on. You'll see. I'll try and pause it. Let me get control of it and I'll come through slow. Okay, right there. Well, I can't pause it. But you see how it was 1/4 the size, right? Right in here. Right. Come on. There it is. It was 1/4 the size, and I had to blow it up 4 times the size because it was too small. I started drawing on it, and it was just, the lines were super thick, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I looked at how many pixels the the actual canvas was. That's what they call this whole sheet, a canvas. And I was looking at how many pixels it was, and oh my God, it was way too small of pixels. Way too small. So, but yeah, this one I love putting together because it shows you the interaction that his eye patch has with his weapons. Okay? That kind of thing. Let's see. Christian says, Mel got tipsy one afternoon on mudslides and wanted to throw beads at Chinese tourists, laugh out loud. Yeah, he had a balcony outside his hotel room. And it was nice. It was a nice balcony, too. Let's see. I got to run. Okay, take care, Real Wade. It's good to see you. Always go with 600 DPS. DPS. What does DPS stand for, Vince? I always consider it pixels, is what I was thinking. Thick, he says, with 2 C's. Yeah, that's it. The lines were thick. But I like some of the detail I put in it. I think it was good. Of course, now you remember you're watching a video that's very pixelated. If I need to turn it off and show you guys the exact what I ended up with. And I really like the way this ended up. And I did a lot of copy and pasting on this. If you remember, I think I actually copied and pasted one of the helicopter helmets in there. I don't know why this thing's freeze framing like that. That's really driving me nuts on my camera. I don't know what's causing it, but I will work on that and find out. And I'm going to go to somebody local next time for sure. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I need to change the background so you guys can actually see what's going on here. There we go. That way you can see what the... But yeah, this took a lot of work. We were on this one for a few weeks. I copy and pasted the helicopter in there, right? And like I said, you're not going to be able to tell what that is until I color it in. And then I used another color to map stuff out to where I could see it and stuff, you know. But using the layers to my advantage, things like that. You know. This all has been a pretty cool learning experience, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the stuff I'm learning, and it's coming out pretty cool. I'd love to be retired and work on this all day long and have the comic book out for you already, but I can't. I mean, I got a lot of irons in the fire, boys and girls. I'm just now taking a breath after commissions for Christmas. There was one I wanted to get done for a fellow YouTuber. He knows who he is. If he's watching the replay of this, it's coming. It's just I had so much work over Christmas I couldn't do it. But it is coming, my friend. But this I really liked because it shows you see his eye patch, how the dots lit up there, and there's an interaction. It's like a laser aiming system for him. Now look, this is all the work I did on that hat. I went over and over that hat, man. I really did. And I think I toyed with the weapon too. I didn't like the way it looked right away. I think I messed with that. Yeah, see how I changed it and made it a little thicker? Let's look at that again. Hang on. Remember this? This is what it looked like originally. Right? And then I moved it over, and then I shortened it even and changed the angle. So, yeah. I wanted this one to look really cool, because this is where he targets their two helmets and the rotors of the helicopter, right? Yeah. So I think that one came out pretty good. Let's see. What do we got here? What are you guys talking about over here? Let's see. Meant DPI, dots per inch. Got you. DPI? Okay. See, I always just call it pixels, but DPI, yeah, that makes more sense. It's coming. That's what he said. Oh, my God. I made it thicker. That's what she said. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. You guys never let me down. Never do. But, yeah, so we got, what, 3 pages done here? Yeah, this year? If you think about it, that's pretty good for somebody that's never done this shit before. And then we're working on page 8 right now. And, I really want to get to working on this bottom page here. Bottom of the page here. Because I've already got the poses. The poses look good to me. I just got to get the details in, done correctly and everything on all the figures. But I really want to do some big time work on the Seahawk, man. Especially right here. I'm going to make that front part of the boat the man of war of his. You see one of the guns over here, right? I'm going to make that. Matter of fact, hang on a second. Get the eraser out and we'll fix that. Whoa, what are we on? Oh, that's on color. Let's put it on the inked one. See, you always got to know which one you're on. And then let me fix this. I really shouldn't be doing this like this, but I'm feeling confident. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so that Seahawk is gonna look like the Seattle Seahawks head, and hopefully they won't gig me for it. But I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm supposed to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Here we go with the freeze frame again, but we're getting a lot of work done. Remember, we had to work on her a lot, if you remember, because I just didn't like the way, I think Vince calls her grandma or something like that. I don't know what she calls her. But I had to do a lot of work on her because I just didn't like the way she looked. Really didn't. And you got to remember, this is a smaller panel. It's not going to have as much detail as some other stuff. Right? And maybe I'm putting too much in each panel. I don't know. You know, because this one is showing that his gun is empty. And it's also showing the helicopter crashing behind him. Right? But we've got some dialogue that happens here and everything. But if you look, when she started, that did not look good at all. She looked like a sumo wrestler. I don't want her to look like a sumo wrestler. I want her to look like a chick, right? I mean, come on. She's not androgynous. You know, I answered an androgynous thing earlier today on X, so that's just too damn funny. Maybe I'll show it to you here in a minute. Christian says, and we got a great Joe creation, me and Mel on Navy Pier in Chicago. You could show off our pick, Joe. Okay, I'll do it here in a second. I think I actually have that one on my Subscribe Star page. Let's see. Her face had a lot of extra lines that looked like wrinkles. Yeah, I know. It was bad. So yeah, I think I went down here. I was trying to get, next up I went down here. I didn't like it so bad that I said, you know what, let me go ahead and go over all the pencils so I can get rid of the pencil. And then I went back up here and I worked on her. You know, I didn't like the way her hair was, the size of her head, nothing. I just went to town on that and just started trying to fix her. And then I gave her some shape and everything. And changed the size of his hand and everything. You know. Did some things. You know. Alright, let's see. He said show off that page. I will as soon as I'm done showing off this right here. Yeah, I put that little bit of red tint in there and the helicopter colors in there just to show you guys what it was going to look like. Now, what I really want to do is first of all, we'll show you the picture that our man is talking about. Hang on, where's my Subscribe Star? I'll go back to it. I should be able to go right back to it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm pretty sure I've got that down here, Christian. I think the picture I drew for you is actually on here. Because I try and show off everything I draw on here. It may not be, though. Yep. Okay. Well, I do know where I have it, so bear with me, boys and girls. Let me pull this down so I can look for it real quick on my files, and I will show you that picture. I'm pretty sure I've got a picture of it here. Let me go here and go into my streaming pics. No, actually, I think I have an art folder too. Let me see. No, it's streaming pics. Art. Comic book. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of them. Do I not have your picture on here? I guess I don't. I know I've got it here somewhere, though. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to find this thing real quick. Camera roll. Nothing on the camera roll. Well, shit. Saved pictures? No. Split cam screenshots. Elgato. Maybe it's in my art files. Let me see. Streaming pics. Maybe it's actually in the video files. Because I take videos of all the pictures that I do. Sketch videos. Okay, here's the sketch videos. There's Christian's folder. Well, I've got videos of it. I don't have the actual picture, but I can actually show you. And this is, it's not bad that I'm actually showing you guys this. That, I think, yeah, this is when I was just about done with it. This is the last video I shot of it. I was doing the backdrop. Hang on. Okay. I'm saying all this shit and I haven't shared it with you. Hang on. Close that. Okay. Here you go. Now this is, you got to remember the angle on the camera is jacked up. But this is what Christian, Delorme, and Mel look like. There it is. And she, look guys, I asked him, I said, does she want the sunglasses in there? He said, yes, I want the exact picture. Because apparently this holds a lot of memories for them. It's an anniversary picture, I think. But I put some lettering on there. You see, I put August 14th, 2022. It's a big time date for them. Okay. Anyway, I'll let it play. This was the last video I shot of it. As I was finishing, I was working on the background. I worry about the faces first, and then I worry about the background. But anyway, let's see. I can fix her, Joe, 2025. That's right. That's right. You know, hey, I can do it. I can do it. He says that was Mel's birthday gift for 2023. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Yep. But this I believe it's an anniversary of theirs. And yeah, they wanted the picture exactly the way the photograph was done. So, you know, I didn't put all the detail in the backdrop because what's important is their two faces. I could care less about the rest of it. You know what I mean? What's important is what their faces look like. So, yeah. Now, that looks kind of short and stubby compared to what the actual picture looks like because of the camera angle, you know. But, yeah, I finished up the background, gave it some, some depth, some shading, worked on her hair some more. And when it was done, that's what he got. That's what he got right there in the final analysis there. Yeah. That's what he got right there. There it is. I actually, what I do when I do these pencil sketch portraits, and by the way, once again, Subscribestar page. Well, not Subscribestar, no. JoesAtmosfere.com. Let's see how many letters I got to punch in for it to bring it up. I'm not spelling correctly. Oh, look at that. Joes. Boom. All I had to do was put Joes in, and there's JoesAtmosfere.com. Right? You go there, and you can see a bunch of stuff about me and all that good stuff. And my streaming schedule, all that stuff. I got a marketplace started, but if you go down to Pencil Sketch Portraits and pop on it, it'll take you right down to the bottom of the page, and you can actually email me and tell me what you need. That's how Christian did it. I think Christian may have gotten a hold of me on X, but that's how anybody can get a hold of me and do it. I'd rather you do it this way. That way, I know it's something that I need to put a deadline on myself and that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's it right there. JoesAtmosfere.com. Go there, and you will find all this neat stuff. You know what I'm saying? All this neat stuff is there. Yes. So anyway, yeah, as far as the comic book, I love what I'm doing. I hope you guys are enjoying learning this program with me. Of course, my favorite thing I've done so far is this. You know, the family portrait is the shit that I love right here, man. And actually, I wonder if did I record that? I wonder if I recorded drawing that. Let's find out real quick. Hang on, let me pull this down so you don't have to watch all this going through files crap. Yeah, streaming videos, art, comic book work, maybe. Oh boy, yeah, this is every episode of the show. And looks like I've got some of the... How many? That's an hour's worth. Yeah, this is some of the work I did on it. I wonder where the rest of it is. Huh. Maybe I put it in another one, but here is some of the stuff I did on this one. I just think it's awesome, man. I love it. I love the way this turned out. I think it's awesome. I really do. It's my favorite thing I've ever done. And it's going to be the cover of... it's going to be the cover of one of the books later on. I think I know this thing, the hang on. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it? There it is. Okay. If you look here, just the coloring. This is just the coloring. Just the coloring of this thing. And of course it's not playing. Okay. Just the coloring of this thing, which, you know, I had the sketch on the whole time. Watch how many hours this is. It was a lot of hours coloring this. Almost 17 hours to color this. Now, it probably has a lot to do with my inexperience, you know, but I like the way that turned out. I really do. You know, I think it looks tough. I really like what I did with his beard. I like that a lot. I like what I did with his hat. It took me a couple of times over to get the hat done right. This didn't turn out the way I wanted to. If you've seen the character before, you know she wears a crop top jacket. And she's got like a bikini top that has rhinestones all over it. That one right there, I didn't like all the detail I did on that. That just didn't turn out the way I wanted. But I love the way Regal Inferno's picture came out. I think that looks cool. Now, when you read the book, you'll be able to see that she actually, these parts, and hell, I'll just draw it so you can see it. Or no, I'll erase. Let's see. No, I'll draw. Which one am I on? Okay, that's a good one. Okay, we'll use that one. You see these scaly portions, like her fist and her arm, you know, her forearm and her breastplates. Those things there. The character actually creates that so she doesn't look naked. Okay? It's not, that's not the way her body is all the time. And sometimes she can armor up completely, you know, but then she can't move, you know what I mean? She can control her temperature a little bit to make her skin tougher, you know what I'm saying? But that's something you'll find out in the book as it goes along, you know. American Fox, if you don't know about this guy, he's got mental powers. He can actually use telekinesis and throw people around the room just by thinking about it. This is a morphing of another character that I came up with for, I wanted to make like an X-Men type of book, and it was going to be called Sin, the Scientific Intelligence Network. It was going to be named after the bad guys of the story, okay? And I was going to have this guy that had telekinesis be like a martial arts master and everything. He was going to have a ponytail like me and all this stuff. I was making him the main guy. And then I decided to morph it into American Fox and use him in that capacity. And some of the stories I was going to come up with that is being put into this. Like there's going to be one story once we get past the first beginnings of it where we set up his nemesis for you and all that good stuff. And yeah, look, it's going to mirror Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four a lot because those are my two favorite comic books ever. So it's going to be a lot like that. That's why you've got 4 people in the family and all that good stuff. But I wrote a story where the team actually finds an alien, and it's going to work really cool into this because if you've read the stuff about the Privateer and you know his origin, you know that he was brought to the future by an alien, right? Not at his request, but basically what he wanted him to do, you know, what he wanted out of things. And, you know, they're going to steal the space shuttle to try and get him home, kind of thing. It was a story that I actually wrote to begin with for another character, and I'm actually going to fold it into this. Martin says, Joe is enjoying learning to procreate. You know, my friends, this is why I know they're my friends, because they bust on me. Yeah. Didn't know the Patriot is supposed to be Chinese. Explains the torpedo. The Chinese torpedo. Oh my God. Vince, you have been along this ride the whole time, haven't you, man? Vince is the biggest fan of this show, by the way. He is. The Chinese torpedo. If you missed that one, look, guys. I think it's one of the few sound effects I've put on here so far. Yes, that's the Chinese torpedo. It's being dropped by a helicopter, and I made the sound effects. Chink. And Vince calls it the Chinese torpedo. Oh, man. Can make her character pretty well in DC Online. Yeah, Ariel, I can. How you doing? Yeah, she's one of all 4 of these, young lady. All 4 of them are characters I created on DC Universe Online. And I've been writing these characters for a long time. I really have. Thank you for being here, Ariel. It's good to see you. I hope everything's going well for you, young lady. Let's see. Hellos, hope everyone is doing good after Christmas. Yes, we are. Let's see. Vince says, oh my God, like one of those Chai Masters left out. Stop it, man. with your mom in the next room. Yes, she's doing fine. We took her to the movies. I told everybody earlier, you should go see Song Sung Blue. We took her to see it yesterday, and it's fantastic. Vince, Low Spec is over here talking like crazy. Must use a pantographic machine for copies. I don't know what that means. I wonder if Joe can borrow Biden's auto pen. Oh, stop it. Oh, my God. Chinese Torpedo is back. Yeah, Low Spec's been watching a long time, too. Are you sure about the quality of that does it have malware? What, does everything from China have malware, man? I don't know. You know I'm not a computer geek. But anyway, it's been a good year. I'm about to go way over time here because you guys know I do this for an hour for a reason. I've got to go to work today, so we're going to stop it there. But I hope you guys are enjoying everything we do. Let's see. Vince says, a bit exhausted, but ended on a high note talking about the holidays. Very good, very good. But that's Low Spec. He's always talking crazy. Yeah, he talks about cool shit. And look, if you've never watched his streams, if somebody asks him a technical question, he will stop playing and explain everything in detail. That guy has no problem giving you knowledge on computers. No doubt at all. He has no problem. He is an open book when it comes to knowledge. He does not hold it to himself. Ariel says, you don't have to go to work. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There is no off season in the rehab business. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, I may have 2 new clients today when I go to work. So, no. Christian says, how is your mom adjusting to climate change? Oh, she loves it down here. Yeah. Look, living, you know this, man, and she was in rural Maine. It's a different way of living. You know that. You know what the weather can do to people up there, man. Yeah, she likes this a lot better. Low Spec's comment was a reference to copy and paste a long while ago. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Let's see. Vince says wrong chat. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Low Spec says a versatile mechanical linkage, usually made of linked bars forming polygons used to copy, resize, trace, and guide motions. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. I got you. Very cool, man. Very cool. I like it. Let's see. Ariel says, well, then until next time, everyone, stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Her regular tagline, which I miss. I hope you come see some of the year-end stuff and be there for us. I'm fixing to detail what we're going to be doing. And remember, Joe, when drawing a woman, boobs start with double D's. No, sir. That's in your world. This is my world. Don't worry, I'll have some double D'ers in the story somewhere. But it's my world, bro. You know I don't do the double D thing. I subscribe to, if it's more than a handful, it's a waste. So, that's me. Anyway, this is about to go in the wrong direction. Let me let you guys know what's going on with the channel. Of course, you're watching Sketching the Privateer, where I work on my comic book every week. You guys tune in next week, and we will get back to cracking on page 8, and I will commit to doing some extra work and having it done for you to show you before I get back on here. I need to do extra work every week on this thing. I've got to find the time to do it, and I'm going to start committing to that. That's my New Year's resolution. Work more on my comic book. Work more on my comic book. I will do it, guys. I will do it. So tune in next week at 1 p.m. Central Time for that. And don't forget, the next time you'll see me is going to be on... Well, first of all, we want to remind you that at 8 p.m. Central Time is usually the time for Gaming Night with John on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. They're not going to be doing it tonight because Das Wolfen has Christmas with his sister this afternoon, and he's not going to be able to get home in time for the show. So, Look for it on January 2nd, the second episode of Baldur's Gate 3, the PCM Pop Culture Minefield Game Party. That's Knock, that's Martin, and that's Das Wolfen. And if you, I'm telling you, if you haven't watched the first episode of it, go watch it. I was cracking up in the chat. It was a lot of fun. You guys go check that out. It'll be back next Friday on January 2nd at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then the next time you'll see me will be on Sunday for... I don't have the friggin' thumbnail for that? Hang on a second, guys. I must have the thumbnail for this. Let me put it in there. Shoot. Damn it, son. What is wrong with you? Let's see. Where is it? Okay, it's down here somewhere. I will find it. It will just take me a second, guys. Hang on. I promise you. It's not going to take me long. I promise it won't take long. There it is. Okay, Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. It's time for NFL pregame party. We will have everything about college football and the pros in Week 17. We got a lot of games to talk about, too. I mean, shit, they played 3 on Christmas Day, which I didn't even see most of them. And then they're playing 2 tomorrow. So you guys look forward to that. We'll be on at 10 a.m. Central Time on Sunday morning. And then there is no Brothers Hack the Matrix this weekend because my brother is on a Christmas cruise that left out of Galveston. So he's gone right now. And he will be back for next week on January 4th. But for this Sunday, we're going to have a year in review, chilling at the club, number 16. Year in review 2025. We're going to talk about our favorite things that happened this year, favorite movies, all that good stuff. And it's just me in the chat hanging out, chilling at the club, number 16, a year in review 2025, this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then at 10 a.m. Central Time on Monday, it's time for Military Monday. I don't know what the movie's going to be, but we're going to be talking about a military movie, me, Gary, Anima, and Martin, on Monday morning over on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then, of course, at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, Brian is going to try and finish Baldur's Gate before the end of the year. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull that off, but I will be there to heckle him from the cheap seats on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 3:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Monday night, it's the last Monday of the year. So guess what? Me and Lunatic and probably Knock will be together to play some DC Universe Online. So come have a cocktail with me during the holidays and watch me screw up DC Universe Online. We'll see how many times I can get killed playing that game. So that'll be 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then, of course, Wednesday, it's back over to Pop Culture Minefield's channel at 3 p.m. Central Time for a Wednesday afternoon matinee. Not sure what the movie is, but we will be there to talk about it. Me, Gary, Anima, and Martin, and probably Mephisto. He usually shows up for the first hour, but he's all the way across the pond in Israel, so he has to go to bed at a decent hour. I think we keep him up too late. But anyway, you guys come and check it out. We'll be talking about another movie on Pop Culture Minefield's channel at 3 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, it's time for State of the Atmosphere. And this time around, it's going to be the year in review. We're going to talk about the best and the worst when it comes to movies, video games, all that stuff, all the pop culture stuff we love. You see what I got pictured there? You got Fantastic Four, you got Superman, Sinners, Weapons, One Battle After Another, which I watched the other day. I'll let you know if it ends up on the best or worst of the year this next Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. That's not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. We'll be on at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and we'll have a review of the latest episode of Fallout. And that brings us right back around to Sketching Privateer. So, I want to thank you guys for being here today. Let's see what's going on with the chat, see if anybody's got something to say before we get out of here. Of course, Vince is putting out all the links. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, that's right. 1941 we're going to be talking about this Monday. Thank you, Vince. I forgot about that. That is right. We are doing 1941, which John Belushi. I'll watch anything with him in it. He was my hero when I was a kid. I love the guy. Let's see. Oh my gosh. These guys were talking up here. Let's see. Let's see. Double dicks. I don't know what the hell you're talking about there. I really don't know. No, double D's. I got you. Double D's. Bees stay perky all their life. Deflate over time. Oh my God. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Sharking for Pearls is available where all your favorite music platforms. It's always available there. Don't forget about that. Thanks for the plug there, Vince. And if the latest album is Tsunami, and I would play a track off of that, but you guys aren't going to believe this. I got copyright claimed by for playing my brother's music. You know, I've been playing it all this time. Nobody gigs me about this music that I'm playing right now. We've been using it forever on a couple of shows. But, yeah, I played Tsunami during one show not too long ago. And if you go back and watch it again, it's been wiped out. Because I always get rid of the copyright claims, man. Let's see. Best, it's going to be a short list. Yeah, there's not too many good. But I'm telling you, man, the one I saw this weekend is good. Song Sung Blue is good. Oh no, Joe's going commie. No, I did not say that. I said it's called a tease, man. It's called a tease, Martin. Whenever you say I will let you know which list it ends up on, it's going to end up on one, and I think you know which one it's going to end up on. But I did take the time to watch it the other day, just because I can't comment on it if I don't watch it, right? So, yeah. And, yeah, it was just as crazy as I thought it would be. But anyway, go check out Tsunami, my brother's 6th album in 2 years. It's ridiculous. He is pumping these out like crazy. Anyway, I want to thank all you guys for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Spread the word. I know I don't do videos, and that's what I should do, but I don't have time, man. You know, all I can do is live stream. So let people know about the live shows and tell them to come subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. Let's get this thing going. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and I'm so glad that you're doing stuff that I'm doing stuff that you enjoy. So I want to thank you guys for being here. No problem, Commie Joe. I still love you. Stop it, man. I am not a commie. You guys know me. I was a military policeman. I'm not a commie. No, I'm a capitalist. You guys know this. Plot twist. Communist reign is the real hero. Well, I will give Communist reign this. He is a patriot. He's a Thanos type character because he thinks he's doing the right thing. But anyway, all right, boys and girls, it's time for us to get out of here. I want to thank you for being here, and I'm pretty sure that Vince would say, and he may have already put it in there, and if he put it on the other side of all those links, I'm never going to find it. Let's see. Did he put it in there? Nope. There it is. He just threw it in there. Martin says, the Green Goblin did nothing wrong. No, he didn't do anything wrong, but Spider-Man sure skewered his ass. What he did do wrong was he didn't kill Peter. There you go. Let's see. Cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time. Stay nerdy, everybody, and have yourself a great day, and Merry Christmas to you all. And I want to definitely reinforce that. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Looking forward to a great New Year. And look, until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.
Christmas! Merry Christmas!